Hello everyone. Earlier we went through the flowchart. This lesson will be about the program. So let's closely look at the flowchart and the program. Since we have drawn the start symbol and then we have continued with entering total sales in the flowchart, for the start we in the program we must include with the header files, and in this case we have included iostream.h and stdlib.h. Reason we have iostream.h so that we can use this COUT and CIN, and stdlib is usually for calculations. In this case there are no calculations, but these two are the main ones. So in every program it's advisable to use both, so that if in case you have to do some calculations in the program, you don't have to worry about the header file. Then once your header file is complete, the main program will start off with the int main. This tells the program that whatever is in this inside will be run in the program, and you need a curly braces with that and brackets after main. So as you can see, these 3 lines or 4 lines, there is no semicolon. Semicolon starts after the first curly braces. As you can see, almost in all the lines there are semicolons at the end of each statement. Reason why semicolon is not after the if statement is because this is part of the C++ program, and whenever there is an if statement, a semicolon is not needed. Likewise, after else statement, a semicolon is not needed. Okay, let's go to the first line after main. So you can see float total sales. Whenever we deal with money or there is money involved in a program, it's advisable to use float, which stores decimal values. So in this case, since sales is in money value and it is in decimal values, so we use the data type float. And like I said, you must have a semicolon at the end of the statement. Next, since the question is asking to enter total sales, if you want the user to view anything, if anything needs to be viewed on the output screen, you must have a cout, and a cout will have less than signs, 2 less than sign, and in inverted commas, since we want this to be displayed in the output, then enter total sales will be displayed in the output. Okay, let me draw a dummy. Imagine this is the output screen, which is black, usually black, and then you have this statement, enter total sales. The way it is written in the program, it will also show in the output screen, enter total sales. That's how it will show in the output screen, enter total sales. Let me show you output screen here. Okay, that's the way it will display. And like I said, after every statement, except for the if then, if else structure, you must have a semicolon. If you do not have a semicolon, if you do not have inverted commas, then this type of error is called syntax error. So the next line, since there is no end line or there is no code for E, N, D, L, then the total sales that the user will enter will just be next to total sales. So the cursor will be blinking here, then whatever the user enters, for example 100, it will appear as such. If there was an end line here, okay, let me show you. After the inverted commas, you put end line. semicolon. If it was like that, then this insertion point will go to the next line, and then it will wait for the user to enter value, and for instance 100, then that's how it will appear. Okay, so we have answered the first question, which is to ask the user to enter total sales. Now we want the program to decide what to display. Since we are following the first flowchart, let's go through the first diamond. Since we have is greater than equal to 500, likewise we do the same with the program. Instead of is, we'll write if in brackets total sales is greater than equal to 500, close bracket. Then in the next line, open curly braces. Then since it is in a parallelogram, then the price will be shown, and in this case the price is 2 cinema tickets in inverted commas and then semicolon to close that statement. Since there is a no, there is a else here, and since there is a if, there is a is there. You follow the same steps, then you follow that is greater than 300, then what was the display? Price is 1 carton, choose. Since there was a no, there is an else. Likewise in the program, else cout price is 4 liters ice cream, and then we close with system pause, then return 0, and then you close with the curly braces. Since this is to close the main program, this curly braces is to close this else, this curly braces is to close that, and this one is to close that. This is called a nested if because there are two ifs here. If it's just if else, then it's just called a if structure. If it's called if else if else if else if, keep on doing else if, then it's a nested if. If there is only one if structure, if it's only one if else, then in C++ program the curly braces will not have any syntax error. Okay, let me show you. For example, if criteria statement else statement. In this case, in such cases, since there is only one criteria we are using and two statements or two values or whatever we have to display here, then curly braces without them is acceptable. The program will run even though there are no curly braces there. But in a nested if, it's compulsory to have curly braces since there are many if structures here. The program will have errors if there are no curly braces as shown. Okay, that was for the first flowchart when we just had to display the prices. Let's look at the second flowchart. Yeah, the second flowchart where we had to process the prices and then we display the sales and price. Okay, this is the program. In this case, we must include another header file which is string. So this was included and we declare it here. In my case, I have written price, and then instead of having the cout statements, the price is being processed, and we just have one cout statement. Whatever is in the inverted commas in a cout statement will appear as it is. So in the output statement as such, it will be written as total sales is written in the inverted commas. And when we have this line, this means it will take in whatever is stored in the variable, and in this case whatever is stored in the total sales that was entered by the user. So for instance, if the user had entered $100, so 100 will be shown here, and since I've put another statement there and in inverted commas, so it will appear as such. And then price, it will take whatever is stored in the price, in this case the string price, so whatever price is stored. So 100 comes under the last category, which is 4 liters ice cream. So in the output screen it will show total sales is 100, and in one line total sales is 100, and for example the price is 1 and price is 1 carton juice. Okay, this is what will be displayed on the output screen. Total sales is 100 and price is 1 carton juice. And then we conclude with system pause, return 0, and then the curly braces that will conclude the main program. That's all. Hope you understood the concept and how to create this program or write this program. Thank you.